Hello, my name's Emily. Welcome to the channel Handmade by Lewis, where I explore loads of different art mediums, mostly watercolour, embroidery, paint pens, but I'm always up for trying anything, so any suggestions you have, send them my way. So today we're going to do a bit more of a relaxed video. So bought a bundle off Facebook Marketplace full of art supplies. So we're going to open up the boxes and see what we've got. So on the table, this is everything I got. This cost me about £30 on Facebook Marketplace. So we're going to have a look through it and see what we've got. So a lot of the stuff here looks like we've got a lot of paper, so we'll start with that. Little mount for painting. Some black textured paper and some cream textured paper, possibly pastel paper. We've got some paper, not sure what it is, maybe cartridge paper. Big packet of watercolour paper. Obviously, this previous person has done some paintings in it, which are quite cool. And then that's what it's like blank. Another watercolour pad, very similar again, different brand. And then some loose bits of paper as well inside. A different size mount, which would be good for a smaller painting. Oh, here's one of the dogs. Say hello, Bear. Hello. And hello, Milo. Then we've got this. What is this one? Spiral bound watercolour pad. Very nice. Some disposable palettes. A different mount. Some black textured paper, which is gone a bit ripped, so maybe, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe some crafting. Tracing paper. Oil painting paper. Some little paints in there, which is great. I mean, this has got to be worth well more than I paid for it. Like, there's some really nice brands in here. Acrylic paper. Some brown, I don't know what it's like, parchment paper maybe? If anyone knows, let me know. Looks like this. Rolls out. Some cartridge paper in a little roll. This thick paper. I don't know if it's one piece or a couple glued together. It's really thick, so that'll be interesting to work with. I think you can see there that there's a few pieces there, so we'll have to have a go at ungluing that. Some more tear-off disposable palettes, bit smaller this time, so those will definitely be really handy. Got an envelope, and in this paper there's some like loose bits of cartridge and watercolour paper. Put that to the side. Big rolled up bundle of, what is this? Watercolour paper by Fabriano. 300 GSM, I believe. Very nice texture, so, and I love watercolour painting, so that'll be amazing. Another roll of paper. It's quite thin, this one, so I'm not too sure. Maybe a thinner cartridge paper. If anyone knows what anything is that I'm not sure of, you know, let me know down in the comments. Got A2 cartridge paper. Lovely, very nice. Okay, we're getting towards the end of the paper now, I think. Well, in this stack. There's a couple more in the folder, but we will get to that in a minute. Some watercolour paper, which I've used a couple of sheets of, so I took them out, but it's very nice quality. Again, got a sketchbook, nice quality cartridge paper. Sketch on some sketches there and there. Different sketches by person. So yeah, must like life drawing, which that is crazy. That is just crazy. I couldn't imagine doing that. Proportions are hard, so I do admire that. Got some pastel paper. Got a little drawing of some hat and shoes they've done, and some poppies, and then the rest is like a nice white, well, off-white pastel paper, so very nice. Daler-Rowney again. Then we've got one more Daler-Rowney pastel paper pad. This is a drawing I've done on it so far, so I'll let you have a look at that. And then, so it's warm colours, loads of different reds and browns. Very nice. Wow. I love this pot drawing that the previous person done. It's so detailed. So obviously that's very cool. So now we've gone through the paper, let's see what else we've got. We've got a nice little tabletop easel. Look, basically looks brand new. It's a bit dusty, so obviously that'll need to clean off, but that's exciting. I'll have a way to stand my paintings up now. We got, this is the main box of supplies. It did initially come in with 2 boxes, but I've reduced it down to this one, so I can fit it better on the camera and can have an easier look through. Right, first up we've got this little wallet, or bag thing. Loads of paintbrushes there. Nice bristly ones, some softer ones, a toothbrush, and a pastel pencil. Very nice. Next we have this little pencil case. I've looked at some of this stuff before, so I have a rough idea what's in here, but I'm not entirely sure what's in this yet, so this will be a surprise to us all. Next we have some, we're going to open this pencil case now and see what we've got in here next. We've got a sharpener, a little rubber with a white and a grey end, a bit firmer, so that would be good for ink, I think. Then we've got a 2B pencil. It's a bit small, so this has obviously been used a lot. A HB pencil, Staedtler. Uniball eye fine liner in, I'm not sure what size. It's black. Looks like that. Then some more of these pencils, Derwent sketching pencils, which I own a lot of these already. Oh, sorry, graphic pencils. A few more of them. Woodless pencil by Kohinoor. A few of these Staedtler Lumograph pencils. A silver gel pen. And a few different pastel pencils we've got here. We've got a number. You can see that. Raw sienna. And a sepia, or sepia. If anyone knows how to pronounce that, please let me know. And then finally another Staedtler and a few more Daler Brownies and Crimson and Blake. Next we'll have a look at the art magazines. Got loads of different magazines. Wow, 2008, 2001. Could you believe it was £2.45 for this magazine in 2001? I bet it's more than double that now, which is just crazy to think about. Some more different magazines. Shows loads of different artists in here. Tutorials. Just anything that was happening in art at the time. Another one. Another magazine. Another one. Okay, there's loads. It just keeps going. So I'll just briefly show you all the different ones. Next. Well, this one took me by surprise. Michael Jackson magazine. Not sure how this got in here, but someone must have liked Michael Jackson. So it's very different to the rest of the art magazines, but there we go. Sure, why not? Another one. A different one. Okay, we're nearly there. A few more. And that's all your art magazines. Then we've got this little metal clip. This acrylic stand, which I'm not sure what it's for. If anyone knows, let me know. Like, it's acrylic plastic and then it's got this Velcro bit here. I don't know, do you rest like painting against it or something? Again, let me know. A plastic tray. A little box here. And then in this box we've got loads of different crayons. Some Crayola, maybe a few off-brands. So we'll have a go with them. Brown tape. Little watercolour palette. You can put your own pans in, which I've already started putting a few in. But they're not quite fitting, so maybe I might need to glue them down or magnet them, but very nice. Winsor & Newton again. Then there's several of these Winsor & Newton inks, drawing inks. We've got burnt sienna and orange. An ultramarine. Brilliant green. And cobalt. FW acrylic artist ink in the sepia colour again. White calligraphy ink, and I believe that's all the different inks we've got. A little spray bottle for your water, maybe, I don't know. A Liquitex gloss varnish and a matte varnish. Put them back in there. Got this box here, some turpentine. A pot of gold glitter. If anyone has any ideas on what I can use gold glitter for, let me know. Might be good for a painting, I don't know. Winsor & Newton Artisan Water Mixable Oil Colour Medium Sample Set. So in this it looks like we've got a thinner, a safflower oil and a gloss varnish. Very nice. It's making me think there might be some oil paints in here somewhere, so we'll keep looking. Some more of the oil painting medium. Some gum arabic for watercolour. Water mixable stand oil. And a different painting medium here. Next, we have this big box, so we'll take it out and open up and see what we've got. Already I can see there's some paintbrushes, so hopefully they're nice. Sorry, I've got to put a few things back in, make some more space for us. Right, in this box, so it opens up like that, different layers. We've got a couple of paintbrushes. This is a 3-inch and a 2-inch. Very nice. And a palette knife. It says it's Boldemir and it's got number 17 on, so I'm not sure what that means. But must be size. Then in the bottom we've got a cloth. A different tape. Oh, there we go. It's quite sticky. Not sure what that does, but yeah. Ah, there we go. There's our oil paints. Got Artisan Water Mixable Oil Colour, some more turpentine, looks like there's a few of these mixable ones. Very nice. And then some of these rounded Georgian oil colours. So there's a full box of them in there. You can see. Very nice. And finally we have this black art case. So let's have a look in here. We've got a few different things. This little wooden case, and if we open it up, we have some different paints. Reeves gouache or gouache, however you pronounce it. So a few different colours of them. And some Winsor & Newton Designers gouache. Then we have this pad of paper. So some cartridge paper in there. And then some more cartridge paper in that pad. A plastic paint palette and a wooden paint palette. Another little sketchbook. Looks nice. Another sketch pad. Perforated edges. Quite different to the others, but we'll give it a go. Folding here again. Ceramic paint palette. Wow. Full ceramic. Very nice. I've always wanted one of them, but usually they're quite expensive, so I think we've got a good deal there. Plastic palette. Different pans in there and fold up pieces. Might have to reattach that because that might have been broken at some point. Brown tape. A couple of other different tapes. We've got some gesso primer. And some salt. A pop out water pot. Which doesn't pop out. Oh, there it goes. So it just pops out like that. A little pad of paper. Very nice. Some more masking fluid. A different masking fluid. And last but not least, we have this little wallet here. So we'll open that up, and it's like we've got some watercolour postcards and this black paper, which is a bit rougher on one side and then smooth on the other.